Dear friends at Spillin Parish, welcome to another edition of Spillin the Tea with Father Rob. I'm going to start with a sip of tea because I need a little bit of warmth and comfort in all that we had to talk about. So here we are. We're back into more COVID restrictions, and it's frustrating. So I'm going to get the difficult news and the bad news out of the way first, because there is so much positive going on here. It's overwhelming. So stick around and watch this whole short video. But here we go. Here's the bad news. The bad news is our mass numbers are now restricted to 150. So we typically get about 400 people out to our masses in the run of a weekend. That's the 4 p.m. and the 2 Sunday morning masses. So, because of our COVID restrictions that require 2-meter social distancing, max capacity of 150, after a mere 3 weeks of having the 4 p.m. Mass at St. Paul's in Herring Cove, we're moving it back to St. Michael's for the duration of this latest lockdown. And so I understand that Dr. Strang's order is for 30 days. It'll be renewed in January, and then based on where we are then we'll revisit this decision of how we move forward. So starting effective immediately, so this coming weekend, the 4 p.m. Mass will be shifted back to St. Michael's, and we will continue with the 9 a.m. and the 11 a.m. Mass. That decision is simply based on the reality of seating capacity, and given that we can only get 40 or 50 down in St. Paul's, we're shifting it back to St. Michael's. So this is really, we're being forced here to confront one fundamental reality about being one parish, is that we have to make the best use of our buildings, and the best use of our buildings to accommodate the most attendance at Mass is to have all of these Masses during this COVID restriction at St. Michael's. So that's how we're moving forward. In light of these restrictions, we've added one Christmas Eve Mass. So here's the full rundown on the Christmas Mass schedule. Christmas Eve, 24th of December, we've added a 4 p.m. Mass. So now there will be Masses at 4 p.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m. On Christmas morning, the 25th of December, one Mass at 10 a.m. It will be preceded, by the way, with 30 minutes of carol singing led by dear Joanne and her lovely music team. On the 26th of December, the Feast of St. Stephen, that's a Sunday, there will be Masses at 9 and 11 as per normal Sunday routine. On New Year's Eve, 31st of December, there will be one Mass at 4 p.m. And on New Year's Day, January the 1st, one Mass at 10 a.m. On Sunday, the 2nd of January, are 2 regular Sunday Masses, 9 and 11. That registration will be required for the Christmas Eve and the Christmas Day Masses. Registration will not be required for all of the other Masses. The regular Sunday Masses You won't have to register. It will be first come, first serve, up to a maximum of 150. But for Christmas Day, given normally the higher demand, we're asking that everyone register for the Christmas Eve and the Christmas Day Mass. Thank you. Okay, now there's a whole raft of really exciting good news happening that I want you to bring up to speed on. The first is our 2 emergency shelters, tiny emergency shelters, are in place. So if you enter through the Williams Lake Road entrance to our parking lot, you'll see the 2 shelters there on your right as you enter up next to the church. So I'm going to actually pause here. I went out earlier today and took a video of the shelter. So check this out. Well, here are our 2 emergency shelters. So over here, that's Williams Lakes Road. So it's just behind the church, just off of Williams Lake Road. And I'm really impressed with the design and the construction of these. So let's go for a little tour. All right, so each one has their own lock and key, and inside it's toasty warm. There's a twin bed, a light and smoke alarm, a bed lamp, charging station. There's the thermostat, garbage can, and heater. So a wonderful design, a real place where someone can have their own space, a bit of warmth, and a bit of dignity. Praise God. That video I mentioned, we had one tenant move in today. We did indeed. A man by the name of Peter. I look forward to introducing you to. Lovely man, and I'm sure you'll be seeing him around. Part of the concept behind this, it's not simply to throw up a shed in the back of the church, and as good as it is to have a warm place to stay, it's a lovely little bedroom. But as humans, we're created for relationship, and so each one of the tenants also has a member of the congregation assigned to them. And so Peter has been assigned Ross Lawrence to be his representative. Representative is too formal of a term. To be his companion, to chat with him, meet with him, and to help him meet his needs. So thanks, Ross, for doing that. And thank you, Michael Coughlin, who's been our coordinator for pulling all this together. He's been dealing with John Stevens, who's the project lead down at the Archdiocese. Speaking of Ross Lawrence, here's a lovely picture of him downtown on Sunday. So as you know, every year he delivers gifts that were donated by you to folks who are street engaged downtown. So from all accounts, it was another successful, wonderful event. So thank you, Ross, for your care and compassion for those who are street engaged. It comes out, it's the heart of the gospel. So God bless you and your ministry. Thank you to everyone. Ross wouldn't have a thing to bring downtown if it wasn't for all of you and the tremendous generosity that you've shown. Speaking of tremendous generosity, I was told that our last delivery to the St. Paul's Food Bank totaled 753 pounds, over $2,000 worth of food supplies that Stella Maris Parish contributed. So it's amazing. Over $2,000 worth of food that have now gone to a local food bank to help support those in our community. More good news. Isaac McKecken mentioned to me that our Christmas dinner program, we have fed 35, we will be feeding 35 families this year. So that program is, again, very, very successful. 35 families will have a full Christmas dinner thanks to your generosity. Again, more on the generosity front, Sister Anne Marie and the Kairos Christmas dinner for Christmas Day. I spoke to Anne Marie briefly. I know my review of the new COVID restrictions will not preclude her continuing with the Christmas dinner. So the shape and the form of that will be sorted out in the next couple of days, whether it is a limited capacity for coming in to sit down to enjoy a turkey dinner, or whether it's all at the takeaway at the door, or a combination of both. Those details I'll be announcing as soon as I know them. I know Sister Anne Marie and her team are working hard to sort out all those details, given that everything changed yesterday with the announcement from Dr. Strang. You will notice on our church on the I guess that would be the southwest side of the building. If you're heading into town from Spryfield, heading towards Halifax, the cross is now illuminated. So that's a very kind gift that was given to our parish. And so isn't it lovely, especially this time of year, to have the cross illuminated as we enter into the Christmas season. We celebrate this infant, the tenderness of God, the humility of God, not only to come in human form, but to come as a vulnerable child. And that child's destiny was to go to the cross for us. So to have that illuminated on the side of our building is beautiful. And I'm just overwhelmed with the story that's behind it, that led to that cross being illuminated as a gift to the parish. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. With all of the outreach activity that I mentioned, I just again want to encourage you to give to our outreach fund. I know it's been depleted a lot lately because of all of these activities, but I also know your generosity so that we can continue to commit to events like this. The best way, if you're interested in giving to the Tiny Emergency Shelter Fund, or to 12 Baskets, or to our Christmas funds, or all of the myriad of activities that we do here, the best way is to give to the outreach fund, and we'll make sure it gets 100% of it, gets to one of these activities that supports those in need in our community. A couple short notes before I end off. The first is I want you to be aware that this coming Sunday, I've been informed, is Father David's 36th anniversary of being ordained a priest. So we send him much love and congratulations. Father David Bangzibu was known to many of you, most of you, loved by you. I continue to hear stories of the beauty and grace-filled presence that he had in your midst. So from all of us to Father David, thanks be to God for your faithfulness as a priest, and we'll be praying for you in a special way on Sunday as we, with you, celebrate 36 years of ordination. Thanks be to God. One last final note. Didn't you enjoy the music, the intro music that I'm about to play again now at the end of this? This Spillin the Tea music was offered to me by Peter Brown. So how very talented that he was able to pull this composition together. Thanks very much, Peter, and God bless you all. See you around at the Masses this week. Until then, have a beautiful day. God bless you. Bye-bye.